around by yourself.
Lord be with you.
I'd like to ask you about something.
No, I don't want to talk about it anymore. Go away, please.
What the? No. Bid.
Easy now, Gerda. There's nothing to be afraid of. We'll get to the bottom of this mystery together.
Really? You're not going to laugh at me like
There we
all
go.
the others?
Nice.
I believe you really did see something. But I want to know what it really was.
So, what do you want me to tell you?
Relax, Gerda. Have a think, and then tell me what happened with the apparition.
It was the day before yesterday. I was picking marshmallow roots above the rocks. It grows by the cross there, near the big dry tree not far from the road to Tachov. I didn't get home till after dark when I suddenly realized I didn't have my knife.
So you went back to the cross?
God have mercy. He hopped up right out of the ground in front of me. He was all in black and he was grinding his teeth. I started to scream. There was something glinting in the dark and this clanking sound, and I just turned and scarpered.
That's all?
At one point I turned around and I saw a dark shadow darting across the field. Proper flying along it was, like the devil, and heading straight to Apollonia.
What's this place where you saw the apparition?
It's a
Oh, fuck.
conciliatory cross, erected in the memory of some innocent's death. They say some years ago, a young fella killed himself on account of an unhappy love affair. He jumped from a cliff.
And the day after you saw the apparition, the cross was at an angle.
Aye, all askew. Everyone here saw it. I didn't go back. I can't.
Don't worry, Gerda. Nobody's going to make fun of you anymore.
It's fine, Gord. I'll figure it
find
out
what
for
was
you.
all about and what you really saw there.
What do you think happened?
I don't know yet, but you needn't fear. Everything will get cleared up soon.
Thank you. By all the saints, thank you. But please, come and tell me how it turned out. I'll make it worth your while.
Ooh, okay. I can come tell you and go get paid for it.
Gerda really did see something. That cross hides a secret.
Oh, wrong one. This one. So that's where that is. Might as well go to E then.
What do you want?
What happened to the hermit?
Hard to say. Better not go near him. He's been acting strange lately.
I hear Ambrose the hermit has some old sword.
A few folks saw it at his place some years ago, but then it disappeared. Maybe he sold it or checked it out.
I was told Stanislav the herdsboy saw the devil in the rocks.
God in heaven save us. It happened a few days ago. He saw him with his own 2 eyes.
What do you know about the apparition at the cross?
It's all God's holy truth. Gerda from the apothecaries saw the devil there.
Ah, he's a fucking diddly
Okay.
squat.
Are you blind or just your horse? Watch out!
Go!
Oh! Screw you. All your homies are dead. It's your turn. All right, you bitch ass hoe. Bloody wolf.
The Conciliatory Cross. An old memorial to some unfortunate event. This is where Gerda saw the apparition.
Okay. Diggy diggy hole.
Fresh soil. Someone was digging.
Crusaders of the Red Star Wolfenrock.
Doesn't look like an
Chronicles of...
apparition, Gerda.
Interesting.
He didn't take either the coin or the books. So it wasn't a thief. It must be something else he was after.
Of the year of our Lord, 1382, we make it known to all before God that Brother Ambrose of Prague has fulfilled his vows of order and mastery, and has attained considerable renown and skill in his work, as well as having attained due wisdom in his age. Hereby place in the hands of Brother Ambrose of Prague all the suits, duties, and dignity of the office of Seneschal of the Order, and swear allegiance to him before God. A brother is further dispensed from the hospital service and is charged with the care of appointing honest correctors of the courts and confirming suitable preceptors of castles, hospitals, and other residences of the order. For his own use and that of his office apart from the ordinary customs, our other brother Ambrose is given 2 good riding horses and 1 each for his knight and chaplain. He is also to have the service of 1 archer and 2 squires in armor, as well as servants under saddle. Interesting. The Chronicles of Crusaders. The history and rise and fall of noble and honorable order of the Knights of the Cross. Thank God and Christ that he has been pleased to guide my hand and blessed in one, which I have perhaps only presumed to do out of insolent pride. I give attention to work where others cannot. To record was not to be forgotten. Concorda, res parva, crescent, Tiscadia, res maxima, Deliverance. Maybe. There have always been many foreign religious orders in the kingdom of Bohemia, but none of them have ever come from our roots. Blessed daughter of Primislav, Agnes of Bohemia, seeing the misery and suffering of her subjects, who plagued by sickness and wounds, had nowhere to turn, founded in the year 1233, at her female monastery, the humble Hospital Brotherhood of St. Francis. By the grace of God, unity and devotion to helping their fellow men, brothers soon achieved renown, so that after only 2 years the Brotherhood moved the Church of St. Peter under the old town of Beshrad in Prague. Many clerics and priests now came with interest in joining the order, which was not even a real order yet. In the year of the Lord 1237, through the intercession of the Blessed Agnes of Bohemia, Pope Gregory the Ninth himself took Hospitallers under his protection, so that no foreign power could harm them, and they would have to confess to him and God alone. The buff Omnis has established the Brotherhood as Knights of the Cross. Oh God, I'm not. That's so much. Yeah, definitely not reading all that. Hi, Brother Ambrose, I know something that should interest you. I know who started the fire at St. Francis' almshouse and why. Wanted the Grand Master removed too. Meet me tonight at the appointed place. The Dominicans of the Inquisition suspect me, and the bishop won't help us anymore. Don't trust anyone. Oh, Jeebus. Okay, interesting. Finish and then go up there, I guess. Although I should head south. Dig up these graves down here. Okay, yeah. Pretty much straight over this way.
Whoa.
Diggy diggy.
Another of von Burgov's men.
He just can't catch a thing, can he? Hey, get your break. They're all dying, all's men.
Another of von Burgov's men? But this one has a cross.
Let me out, damn it. Well, alright then.
Quick! Go! Just a bit further. Whoa!
I don't have a groschen to my name. What are you going to do about it?
You don't have the coin? All right, bastard. Come on then.
Now you're going to get it. Ah!
Jesus, okay, that's funny.
Ka!
Go!
This way. This is the way.
Whoa! I hear you saw some diabolical apparition. Is that true?
Was it the bailiff who sent you? Or old Croper?
No. I want to go to Apollonia to see Ambrose, the Hermit. I've heard talk he's somehow linked to that apparition. So I need to know what you saw that night.
Why'd you want to know? Forget that shit, pal. It reeks of fire and brimstone.
Fire and brimstone.
Want a swig of schnapps? Or two, maybe?
If it's any good, I won't say no. Show it here.
It's just that I don't have anything on me.
Don't offer what you haven't...
How was...
Leave me...
Let's get you
Look, mate,
Roshan.
I'll Here you are.
What did you want to know?
What exactly did you see that night at the crossroads?
A diabolical apparition. A black rider on a black horse flew into Apollonia. His eyes glowed, and his horse was black as charcoal. He turned this way and that a couple of times at the crossroads, and then darted off into the rocks. To the Hermit's place, I'm sure.
He turned this way and that. That's strange. Would the devil not know the way?
I'm telling the truth. Gerda from the apothecary saw him too.
But the Hermit helps people though, doesn't he?
Aye, he did. Only now they're saying he was at death's door and sold his soul to the devil. And that was the horseman.
Why? Why would the old man have sold his soul to the devil and then kept living as a pauper in his hut?
Who knows what's going on in them rocks? Some devilish trickery for sure. God be with you. And maybe wash up a bit, will ya?
Fucking weirdo. I'd love to, actually, but you don't have a trough.
That herdsboy really did see something. And the trail leads into the rocks. Whoa! Whoa! Huh. A horse? What's it doing here in the woods? I should take a closer look.
Interesting. Ah, I want to do that. Let's go back around here.
A beautiful horse. Black as charcoal. The herdsboy wasn't lying. And you don't smell of brimstone. You're just an ordinary horse. Someone really did come to see the hermit. But it wasn't the devil.
some random ass individual.
This is the place the innkeeper was talking about. The hermit lives somewhere up here.
It's definitely over here.
What are you doing here? Stop pestering me and get out!
Hold on one second.
You've no business here, fella. Go back where you came from. I don't want to set eyes on you.
God be with you, hermit.
I don't have time for you. Go away.
Folk in the village are saying you've made a miraculous recovery. And since then, you won't let anyone near you. What happened?
Nothing happened. I just can't stand all these people coming here and disturbing me. Can't I have a moment's peace?
Judging by what I've heard about you, you're a bit fishy, hermit.
What do you mean?
Well, there's a lot of talk about you in the village. They say you've made a pact with the devil, and are summoning demons from hell.
Old wives' tales. What do I care about such nonsense?
Well, but supposing it isn't nonsense.
Of course it is.
The apparition was seen by the conciliatory cross at night.
Old wives' tales.
I went to take a look, and it really is askew. But it wasn't magic that Hellspawn was wielding. It was a shovel. There was a hiding place beneath the cross. And the man digging there at night didn't have time to put the cross back in the right position.
By all the saints! So someone was digging there. What has that to do with me?
There was a brand new cloak of the Knights of the Cross in the hiding place. It's clear that the man doing the digging hid it there, maybe to cover up who he really is. And what he's planning.
I still don't know what you want from me. What have I got to do with some cloak?
The man who took things from the hiding place can't have been some chance thief, because he left a purse full of coin there.
So keep the groschen, lad, and stop pestering me. It's nothing to do with me.
Really? Really?
I found some pretty interesting documents of the Order.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I reckon you do, Ambrose. According to one of the documents, you were appointed Seneschal of the Knights of the Cross with the Red Star. Or are you going to tell me it was some other Ambrose?
I'm not going to tell you anything. I don't know anything about any documents.
Yeah, bullshit. Bullshit!
A few nights ago, a herdsboy saw a black horseman ride into Apollonia. He thought it was an apparition, but I think a demon would have known the road to Apollonia and wouldn't have spun round and round at the crossroads like a top.
Why are you telling me this?
Because I found a black horse stabled in a pen here, in the woods below the rocks. A well-fed, healthy horse, black as charcoal. The man who rode on it wasn't an apparition, or the devil.
Why are you telling me all this? For God's sake! Stop this nonsense right now.
That's enough. I think there are enough fishy things going on around you for me to tell the bailiff, but you're in luck. All I'm after is that broken sword. So, come clean.
You're wide of the mark. But in the end, maybe you could help me.
What do you want help with, Ambrose?
I'm not Ambrose. He died some time ago. I am Conrad, Knight of the Cross with the Red Star.
What are you doing in the Hermit's hut, then?
In Prague, I got into a serious dispute. Ambrose was the only person who could help me. That's why I came to see him.
I'm guessing that the diabolical horseman scaring people round these parts was you.
That was not my intention, believe me.
Ambrose is dead, you say? How did it happen?
He was an old man. Unfortunately, he was already at death's door when I found him.
And you had nothing to do with his death?
Of course not. Ambrose was my friend. I'd known him for 20 years. He was a good member of the Order, and an outstanding teacher.
Ambrose was a member of your order?
More than a member. He was the Seneschal, second in rank only to the Grand Master. He served the Order for many years before getting into a dispute with the Prague chapter and the Inquisition. Then he had to disappear. I was the
Damn
only
it,
one to know where to
Inquisition.
look for him. But I came too late. All he managed to tell me was his last wish.
You scared the life out of Gerda from Troskowitz that night. What were you doing there?
Ambrose had a hiding place beneath the cross where he kept things from his past.
I found some documents there from the Knights of the Cross. But Ambrose clearly wasn't interested in them. So what did he send you to get?
He sensed that death was coming for him. He wanted me to help settle his affairs. And he also longed to hold his old sword in his hands one last time. I went to his hiding place that very night. But by the time I got back, Ambrose was dead. I put the blade on his grave in place of a cross.
So the sword is on Ambrose's grave. Will you tell me where I can find it?
You want to disturb his rest?
I just want the sword, that's all. It's no use to him now.
All right. I'll tell you where his grave is if you fulfill Ambrose's last wish instead of me. I can't do it.
All right. What am I supposed to do?
Ugh, now what I got to do.
Listen carefully then. There's an old widow called Margaret living in the village. Take this cross to her and say to her exactly these words. Margaret, Ambrose forgives you, but his brother must get what is rightfully his.
Margaret, Ambrose forgives you, but his brother must get what is rightfully his.
That's right.
I hope she'll know what this is about.
Don't worry, she will. Give her the cross, and I'll tell you where you can find the sword. Benedictum Domini sit tecum.
Itty boppity boo. Now I gotta go all the way down here.
Jesus Christ be praised.
This might seem strange, but I'm supposed to give you this.
A cross? Mother of God. What's the meaning of this?
Margaret, Ambrose forgives you, but his brother must get what he deserves.
Ambrose? The Hermit?
It was his wish that I give you the cross and the message. He said you'd know what it's about.
Oh my God! By all that's holy, it couldn't possibly be him. All those years, I'd lost hope. I never forgave myself. I committed a mortal sin.
Well, I don't know what you did. But this is supposed to be your absolution.
No, there's no absolution. Not yet. You said it yourself. Not until Ambrose's brother gets what he deserves. The bones. They still lie there outside the wall. Help me. His soul must find peace.
All right. I'll help you.
Okay.
But you'll have to tell me more.
Thank you, lad. Thank you. I'll tell you everything. It's a curse. I've never told anyone about it. And it's a good thing you caught me here. At the graveyard.
What does the graveyard have to do with absolution?
Hold on. Not so fast. I'll tell you everything. First, tell me... Are you afraid of the dead?
It's the living I'm more afraid of than the dead.
One should fear the dead. But in the end, it's probably a good thing that you have no fear. You see, one poor soul is waiting for redemption. For years and years.
Ah, I get it now. Ambrose's brother has to get what he deserves. This is about the soul of Ambrose's brother.
His name was Jan. He lies outside the graveyard wall, buried without rites. He's been there for 30 years.
Why doesn't he have a proper grave?
Because suicides can't enter the kingdom of heaven. They have to be buried outside the walls, like the unclean. The worst thing about it is that Jan didn't kill himself. He didn't deserve such a dishonorable burial, and it's my fault. I said nothing.
What happened to him?
The memories are painful. We were childhood friends, and Jan loved me. Only, I chose his friend Vashek over him. He couldn't get over the rejection. So he lay in wait for Vashek one evening.
And Vashek killed him?
It was an accident. They quarrelled. Jan drew his sword first, and Vashek had to defend himself. Apparently, they got close to the cliff edge while they were fighting, and Jan fell. When they found his body at the bottom of the cliff, people thought he'd killed himself. The only one who didn't believe it was Jan's brother.
Ah, the conciliatory cross where they saw the apparition. That's to commemorate Jan.
His brother Ambrose had it built there. And those diabolical apparitions. It's my fault for saying nothing. God is punishing me for my sins.
Nonsense. God wouldn't use a diabolical apparition to scare you, would he? And what's more, Ambrose forgave you, didn't he?
Only on the condition that Jan's bones will be laid to rest in consecrated ground. Help me lay him to rest in a proper grave, please.
But without telling the priest and gravedigger. Isn't that sacrilege?
That's the only way we can put right a terrible mistake. Jan didn't kill himself.
Okay.
Right. We'll give him a proper burial. Jan's soul has the right to eternal rest.
Thank you. The Lord will pay you back 100-fold. There's a rose bush outside the graveyard wall. You'll find his bones beneath it. Please bury him beside my Vashek. Here, beneath the pine tree. In that way they'll be reconciled, at least in death. Then place Ambrose's cross on his grave to bless their reconciliation. Take care now.
Where are these? This rose bush. All bones. Where's this? Damn it. Going all the way around here. Guess I wasn't paying attention.
Are you afraid of water or what?
No, of course not. I was just on my way to the bath. Your journey ends here, Jan. I don't know what you have on your conscience. But rest in peace. I don't know much about prayer in these situations, but... Our Father, there are many sinners in this world, but in the end, we all face your judgment for what we should have done, but lacked the courage to do. So forgive me this little sacrilege. You know better than anyone that it was the right thing to do. Thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven, and deliver us from evil. Amen. Ambrose's brother Jan got what he deserved, just as the Hermit wanted.
I saw that. May his soul find peace at last.
And yours too, Margaret.
30 years. I thought about it every day.
It's all right now. You did the right thing. Everything else is beyond the law of man.
I'd like to reward you somehow.
I expect you wouldn't want anyone to hear about all this, right?
Well, if you... Will you keep it to yourself?
All right. I'll accept the coin, and that'll be the end of it.
Thank you again for your help. God be with you, Henry. Take care now.
Bam! Done. Come here, horse. Get over here. Why are you taking so long, Pebbles? Oh, fuck.
Hey, fella! Listen! We need help!
Who are you? And who do you serve?
We are Knights of the Cross with the Red Star. Good brothers in Christ. I'll explain everything, but there's no time now. We have to act fast. Our brother Klesgen is dying. The crazy fool shot him. Help us.
All right. We'll have a quiet talk. What happened?
If you're going to see the Hermit, be warned. The man in the hut is just pretending to be the Hermit. His name is Conrad, and he's a fraud and a murderer. The Inquisition paid him to murder our Grandmaster Zdeněk in Prague. Fortunately, God did not let him carry out the crime. But 2 of our brothers were killed by Conrad when they tried to detain him.
And I see a third one will soon join them.
He was just about to flee from here as well. We took him by surprise, but he had time to grab that damned crossbow and shoot Klesgen. By the Virgin Mary, help us. We have to catch him.
Why should I get mixed up in it?
I'll pay you. We just need to distract Conrad's attention. That's all. Otherwise, we won't have a chance against his crossbow in that gorge.
Did Conrad really want to flee?
Yes. We stopped him at the last moment. He almost got away. But we surrounded him.
You're a knight of an order?
Yes. I am Brother Arnold, a Knight of the Cross with the Red Star. And these are Brothers Sibald and Nicholas. You are too late to make the acquaintance of Brother Klesgen, I'm afraid. We take care of the sick in infirmaries throughout the land. But we can't help our brother. You have to help us, while there's still time.
That swine tried to deceive me. He mustn't get away.
God,
It shouldn't take everyone at
thank
their
you.
word.
Try to get close unseen, and set fire to the haystack on the right-hand side of the yard. Then his crossbow will be useless. But do it quickly, before he gets away.
My God. Didn't see that.
I surrender. Enough.
Watch out!
We're gonna go. You won't be able to take another one like that.
You leave me no other choice.
You got it?
Blood! Yeah!
bandage! Quick! I hope that's enough.
What about our deal?
Ave Maria. Grazia plena.
You owe me something, knight.
You're right. Conrad was one of the best swordsmen of the Order. We wouldn't have stood a chance without you. Here's your silver.
What was it actually about?
I shouldn't tell you, but since you helped us, Conrad was paid by the Inquisition to kill our Grandmaster, Zdeněk of Prague. He failed by the grace of God, but while fleeing from the commandery, the treacherous villain killed two of our brothers.
Conrad was working for the Inquisition.
Yes. When Archbishop Olbram suddenly died a year ago, the Inquisition began to plot against our order and the king, and to support the papal curia.
That is high politics indeed.
Sinners. They only care about money and power, the lot of them. We knights seek salvation in helping the poor and suffering. We are not murderers.
What did Conrad want here?
The local hermit, Ambrose, was his long-standing ally. He was seneschal of our order some years ago. But he transgressed and fled from Prague. But why Conrad was pretending to be his dead friend, I have no idea. Maybe he thought it would help him evade justice.
I have some documents of the Order that might be of interest to you. If we can agree on a price.
My God. The Order's Chronicle. We thought it was lost for good. Where did you find that?
In a hiding place. But that's not important.
It's a good thing you told me about it. What do you want for it?
Clear off! You can't just stroll in here!
We'll return the books to the Order.
Our accounts are settled. Everything that happened here, I'll keep to myself. Farewell, Arnold.
Gloria Patri et Filio et Spiritui Sancto. Amen.